Mr. Poole, and next I have Greg Billingsley.
Mayor Terrell, members of the council, my name is David Poole. I live at 1216 St. Emilion Court, which is just across 114 from the Milner property. And I want to first say I appreciate what the council did in granting XTO's application for that site. You did exactly the right thing. You imposed appropriate conditions that are protective of our community, and I appreciate what you did. Let me give you a little perspective. I know I've only got 3 minutes. I've practiced energy law for about 22 years, as Mr. Taylor knows. I work currently as a senior officer for a company that's a peer of XTO's. I have a Bachelor of Science in Petroleum Engineering. I worked almost 4 years in the oil and gas field. But the thing that probably qualifies me to come up here and talk before you and my fellow residents is the fact, not any of those things, but the fact that I grew up in a small West Texas town where I can say from personal knowledge what it's like to be within several hundred feet of an oil and gas site. In fact, my bedroom window in a house with no central air conditioning was less than 100 feet from a producing well. So I know you've heard a lot from the residents here tonight expressing a lot of concerns. I don't doubt one bit the sincerity of every one of their concerns. But I could stand here literally for an hour and debunk everything you've heard from carbon disulfide to benzene to vapor recovery. And I appreciate the fact that in connection with the Milner property and its application, most of you acted on facts, not fear. And I urge you that in considering the XTO application, you do the same. In no small part, I say this because in my experience in the industry, I've had the opportunity to work directly with and on opposite sides of both Energy Transfer and XTO. I don't know Mr. DeWeese. I met him at a previous meeting. I've never met him before. I don't know either of the representatives of Energy Transfer. But I know a number of people at both of those companies, and I can't think of a better group of people, not companies, but people, to have in our community conducting these kind of operations. There's no doubt that done wrong, these kind of operations can produce a safety hazard. You can impose all the conditions you want. The Railroad Commission regulates these industries, but without the right people doing the right things, it is a risk. I'm glad to have them in my community, and I welcome them. And let me say finally that while you've heard things about XTO and Energy Transfer here tonight, those things are not true. They are honest people doing exactly the right things. And there is not a better site in an urban environment in the Barnett Shale than the one that you have before you with regard to the Joe Wright property. It is the perfect balance of access to minerals while minimizing the impact to the surface and the surrounding residents. My 3 minutes are up.
Thank you, sir.